Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Anti-Social Planet, and today we are checking out more Twice with another album. These are always super exciting. I get to add so many new songs into my rotation of getting to listen to Twice music, and it's always a lot of fun. I never quite know what I'm getting into. I know it'll be a lot of fun and there'll be probably some incredible vocal moments. It's a pretty good guess, but I never really know sonically what they're going to do, especially since I have this weird disconnect between them because I've heard their most recent comebacks and then their beginning comebacks and all of their debut stuff, so I don't have the connection between those two sounds. But I'm super excited to get into a bunch of these songs. We're gonna have to break up this album into two parts because I don't know how long this video is gonna end up being, but it's gonna be a bit of a monster anyway. So let's get into the first song and just see what the ride's gonna be like. Okay, first up. I love Mina's tone. I love her tone and then her little twice. It's so cute. I love the synths that are happening too, the mixing of it where it's panning between the two sides if you're listening to it in headphones. I love just kind of the bounciness of it, both their vocal delivery but also the musicality of it. I love a good synth song in general. Synth pop is just something that I love, so every time they do it I'm just it's mixing my love of synth pop and my love of Twice, because it is an obsession you quickly fall into. I love that too. The drums. Oh my gosh, the drums too. I got distracted by her voice every time, but all the little elements that they're adding in, all the little synths, these little, it almost sounds like keys in it, and then that drum that came in. I love it. Ugh. Is it just me, or does Mina have a lot of lines in this? Which I'm not mad about, because I feel I was just thinking her voice fits this so well. She has a softer, breathier voice, but it has a very bright tone to it. So it fits with this kind of song really well. I just feel I'm noticing her having a lot of lines. Maybe that's just me. And it could be also that it's just at the beginning of the song and then they're going to switch up the line distribution, probably. So it might just be that she's a little bit more in the beginning, because again she has that lighter tone and they're really good about progressing the voices with the energy of the song. So we could be getting into some of those more compressed voices later on, but so far just really cute. I love the bounce to it. There's something very daydreamy about it, which I think fits with the content of the lyrics. It's a really cute song overall. I love all the percussion too. I was just gonna say, I really like the way that Momo kind of dug into her voice there. There's the way that she kind of dug into her chest voice was really nice to kind of contrast those lighter sounds we've had so far. The why, she really dug into it. Ooh, okay. I love the like the even more bounce to it. I was saying how there was kind of like a bounce to the way that they were delivering the lyrics anyway, but that one was a lot. And I don't know Korean enough to kind of pick out like the sounds if it was like specific sounds that they were choosing for the lyrics, but also like Dahyun, the way that she was kind of flipping up a little bit, not quite into like a head voice really, but she was really adding to the way that it was kind of like bouncing along, which is really cute. It kind of has like this skipping feeling to it, which also kind of adds to this like, I don't know, puppy love, infatuated, kind of daydreaming kind of feeling to the song. And she kind of drops off too, which adds to it. Ooh, that pause in it. Nahyun always amazing with the vocals, but I love that full like drop back of everything before coming back into the chorus, and then also the ad-lib that Nahyun did there. I love it. With the drums too. Her tone is so good. Oh, look at the cute picture. I kind of like the I just like you, I don't know why. I don't know. Because I feel like it is kind of that like infatuation where like you're first kind of falling for someone, you're kind of giddy with it, and you don't really understand why because you don't fully know them yet. Even like the lyrics, they're like, tell me everything, like they want to learn about this person because there's something about them that draws them in, but they don't really know them yet. So you're like, why do I have this strong feeling? What is it about them? Because I haven't like fully gotten to know this person. So how can I feel so strongly about this? How come they take up so much brain space and time in my day? So I kind of like the like just like I just like you. Like it's just something about that is like very candid. Gio. I was waiting for her to kind of come in and do something where I'm like, just adding a little bit on top, like she always has to add something that's a little bit more than is strictly necessary, but always appreciated. Jaeyoung sounds really good too. Just still going off in the back. Oh, that was really cute. I actually really like that song. I feel like I don't have a ton to like deconstruct in it because they're definitely not popping off in that one, which I feel like fits with the song, right? Like it's kind of this like kind of dreamy, almost disoriented, even though like 1 to 10 kind of imagery of like we're jumping really fast, right? From like 1 to now it's a 10. It's kind of this disoriented, unsure, almost like, I don't know, nervous feeling to it. So if they had been like really going off with the vocals, it wouldn't really fit. I love getting to hear some of the softer tones from them. And again, getting some of the softer voices to shine through a lot. Like I pointed out Mina before, but also you have like Sana, who is like such an adorable voice, having that kind of like softer tone to it. Dahyun's part was really cute too, and Chaeyoung's kind of breathier vocals, not needing to lean into like the rapping as much. So it was just a really, really cute song overall. I feel like this song was made specifically for me. I had my hair tied up, but I put it back into its classic ponytail because I just want to represent. I feel like this might be a really fun song too. I feel like a lot of their songs are really fun, especially like early on. So I'm like, I want something that bounces, you know? I just want something to vibe along to. Watch me be wrong. Yeah. Me, super fun and vibe along. Immediately attacked by electric guitar. I'm not mad at it though. I love rock music. So if we're going in more of a rocky alternative place, I wouldn't have really thought of that from Twice of all groups, but I'm here for it. Ooh. Ooh, wait. I'm like distracted by all of their voices, so different in terms of tone from the first song, right? Like 1 to 10, super soft, breathy, bright sounding tones. And then this one, a lot darker, grittier, way more compression. I was just talking before about how like Mina and Sana's voice fits really well with like a softer tone, and they're doing a great job of like getting that compression and switching it up to fit the sound. I was distracted by Tsui's like tone difference here, opening up the song. Also, all the guitar work that's happening. I'm excited for the chorus. This is really cute too. I'm like trying to fit the sound of the song into my idea of what Twice is. I feel like my face probably looks a little bit confused because we had like the kind of darker tones in terms of like the guitar, the production, even like more of a subdued sound, and then we had kind of a lift in the music. I feel like maybe it's like is it a song about like youth, maybe like kind of like talking possibly to their younger selves, possibly to like ones that are on the younger side, because probably at the time that this song came out in this album, they probably had a pretty young fan base because it would have been early on in their career and they would have been younger themselves. So it feels like, I don't know, Ponytail being kind of feel chagrined to say this as someone who is very pro ponytail in general. It's a bit of a youthful thing. Like a lot of people have kind of like ponytails is like this thing that you think of in youth. Like I think pigtails more as something for being youthful and stuff like that. But it's one of those things of like having that youth and still like kind of breaking out of that shyness, being true to yourself. I think also like a ponytail, it like pulls all of your hair back too, right? So it's you can't hide behind anything, right? Like, so it shows your face very clearly. So there's a confidence to that too. The instrumentation is throwing me off. Yeah, see, like Pure Mind makes me think youth. That's so cute. Mina's tone there was so cute too. They're so cute in this, which is like weird with like the rock tones to it that I'm like, but y'all are so cute. See, like, yeah, there's like this he too in it, and I don't know if that's a translation thing or if it's like it could be like a have confidence in yourself, maybe around someone that you want to impress or that you're intimidated by. We can kind of simplify that into like the young love of like having a crush on a guy and that kind of a thing, kind of fitting into the song before this where it was like kind of being infatuated with someone and not really understanding why and being a little disoriented by it, and then moving into this one where it's like, hang on, have confidence, be yourself, you know, don't let your shyness get in the way, and just kind of go for it. So it could be kind of simplified to that. And I know that a lot of people in comments are always like, I think it is just that simple, and you can totally have that interpretation. It's fine. I like going outside of the box. That's just something that I find fun. So I'm not trying to make things more complicated, I guess. I mean, I kind of am. I'm just having fun. And for me, having fun is like digging a little bit too deep into the lyrics. So I feel like you can have that kind of simplified version of like have confidence around this person that you want to impress. But I think it can be kind of more generalized too, of like just kind of young confidence in general, where it kind of feels like that weird in between of like early teens where you're not a kid anymore, but you don't really know how to be an adult either. Like being a teenager in general is really weird because you think you may know what you're doing until you actually become an adult, and then you're like, I had no idea what I was talking about. I see this someone who is now like going into their late 20s that I was like, oh, I was not an adult yet. I think about me in university and I was like, I was not an adult yet. I did not know what I was doing. So it is like this weird time of like, you're not a kid and nobody treats you like a kid and they expect you to like have responsibilities and things like that, but you haven't figured it out yet. Like you don't know who you are yet. So you can't like lead into that kind of like childishness of like not caring what other people think, or just kind of carefree being yourself and people like shrugging it off, being like, oh, they're just a kid, like they can do whatever they want. But you're also like, you don't know who you are, so you don't have that confidence and you need to just kind of play around with things. And well, you need to just kind of like let yourself try things. You need to not be self-conscious about trying new things until you find something that fits. So I feel like that is kind of the feeling of the song too, is like just kind of go for it and try things, and you know, is like show your ponytail, like the idea of like just kind of go, and if you like wearing your hair in a ponytail, do that. If you want to kind of stay in that youthful feeling, do that and see what works, see what fits, and then go from there, right? Okay. I like this line too. Ooh, beautiful. Little guitar solo. Okay, beautiful, beautiful vocals, but I do like the, like, you can cry in my arms kind of thing. Like, not that anyone's crying, but the idea of like, I'll be there, right? Again, if that like have confidence, try things, just kind of go out there and like they said, like finish your adventure, right? So it's like whatever it is that you wanted to try and maybe it didn't work out, or maybe you got cold feet and maybe you hesitated, just kind of go out and finish it and try it and be confident as you try it. And if it doesn't work out, I'll be here. You know, like I'll be here to help pick up the pieces, and then we'll try something else. The kind of like feeling of that song, of the lyrics. Beautiful vocals too, with all the layers of them as well. See that, like, it's okay to miss a few times. Obviously they gotta like name drop in there, but I really love, Dahyun's had a lot of really cute parts in like both of these songs of her voice coming in. I like Chaeyoung here too, of kind of just like hype team, but the whole idea of like it's an experience, right? So even if you have to try a few times, even if you make some mistakes, even if you don't quite figure it out the first try, it's still an experience that you get to learn from and that you get to have. And now you know, is this something I want to keep trying and figuring out, or is it something that I've tried, it doesn't really work for me, and now I want to do something else? Like, this feels very youthful. It feels very much like that trial and error that you have when you're like a teenager and you're just kind of trying things and being a little bit all over the place, but it's okay because you'll have all those experiences and it gets to build who you are once you become an adult and you kind of figure it out. See? Do not cover that pretty face. That's what I said before about how ponytails kind of like reveal your face. I like that. I like that that kind of got brought in. The production's throwing me off. Ooh, I like that change in the melody. We're just holding that note. With the guitars too. Ooh, held that note too. Okay, so tell me there's choreo to that song. Because I feel like there has to be. It's so much fun. It's so lighthearted. I feel like it really is that feeling of like, just like have fun, try things. It's okay if it doesn't work out. Like, you can try again or you can try something new. Like, it doesn't have to be this like earth-shattering moment. And I think that that's something that we all kind of suffer from, is that something seems like such a big deal in the moment when you've failed, messed up, not quite gotten the results that you wanted. And in the moment it feels catastrophic. And then like a week from now, will you even remember that that moment happened? And if you do, does it feel different now? Because it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, once you have some distance, you can actually look at something and be like, actually, that wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I'm like, there are things that were devastating to me that I did as like a teenager or even like a couple years ago. And now I'm just like, that was not a big deal. Like, it really wasn't. So it's one of those things where I like that they're kind of instilling that confidence, especially since they had a pretty young audience at that time. And I also like that it's just fun and it's not that deep, you know, even though I'm someone who likes to like dig deep into things and stuff. It is just a song. Like the ponytail thing, I really like the ponytail part is really cute. I really want some cute choreo to it. And I like that it's just lighthearted and it doesn't need to be like a big, really deep lyrical song for this kind of content. Like, you can have certain songs that are about like instilling confidence in someone that are far deeper and dig into those like personal experiences and stories and are dealing with kind of the, you know, the times when it is a big deal, right? When stuff happens and it does deeply affect you and it is a thing that you need, you know, help with, or you need like time to deal with. But a lot of the time, the things that we kind of catastrophize are like not that big of a deal. So I like that this song kind of leans into that of just try again, just pick yourself up, just like, I'll be here, let's just try something new, try something again, go back to something that we gave up on. Just a really cute song overall. Okay, I think this song will also be very fun with a title like Jelly Jelly. I just feel like it has to be really fun and upbeat. Ooh, that percussion though. That's a huge jump between the O and then the jelly. Gio does it really clean. Wow. The control of that. Oh, is that the jelly we're talking about? Ooh, okay, I love kind of the build up, all the stuff going on with the synths and the production, but I kind of like this one of like we had the kind of confidence, kind of like hype team in the song before this, and then this song is like, uh-oh, what do we do? What is the time when we're like jealous? And we're kind of trying to hide it, suppress it, be the better person, but inside we can feel whatever we want, and inside we have some problems with whatever is going on here. I love that flip up on Jelly. Ooh, okay, I was gonna say I love Jio's kind of cries that she's putting in to it, really using kind of like a mixture between cries and vocal fry. I love Mina's tone there. I feel like I'm starting to see kind of like the progression in their vocals. Not like they were always like really good and like impressed me with their vocals, but I'm starting to see a lot more of like textures in the way that they're singing that it's just like, maybe it's also because it's been a while since I've done a Twice reaction that I'm just like, I forgot how good all of your voices were. Entirely possible. But I love also like the repetition in this song too. There's just something about it that's really fun and bouncy in terms of just like musicality, but I think it also fits really well with like feeling jealous because you kind of get stuck in your head and you keep like going over the same things over and over again. You're like, oh, I feel this way, or like they did this, and you kind of like play this situation over and over in your head. So having that like repetition is like kind of like getting stuck in that like wheel of jealousy where like you feel like you can be the better person, and then you get stuck in those scenarios again and you just like end up back in your like jealous like rage. That's a huge jump. She does really clean too. They're all doing it really well. Sorry, the glitching out in the production, but they're all doing a really great job with that jump between the O and Jelly. Like going from that like going up on the O and then going down really sharply into the Jelly. Every time I say that I feel ridiculous. but they're all doing it really, really cleanly, which is a great show of like the control that they have over their voices. Ooh, that little cry. There's so much happening in the production. Like there's so many things, not just like get completely distracted from their voices, but there's so much going on. But they did a really great job of kind of pushing the production back, that even though there's a bunch happening with the synths and like percussion and things like that, it doesn't overshadow their voices. Like with all the things going on, it could really quickly become like muddied between their vocals and the production. But whoever did the mixing on it, great job at like just pushing it back enough that you can let their voices be kind of more of a focal point in it. I like the layered vocals too. See, the production really pulls out for this part. It's mostly percussion. Ooh. Oh, the change up the production, also her little vocal run there. Why is Mina's voice sticking out to me so much on this album? I'm not mad about it, I'm just surprised. Okay, I hear you. Beautiful little vibrato there. Okay, no, you cannot have that vocal moment and then going into rap stuff. Unacceptable. Let me ground myself. Let me prep for what's about to happen. Beautiful head voice. Ooh, I love the cadence. Ooh, Momo's voice. I love that. I love that we're getting some Momo in this part. That was so... I love the repetition of it, even though like repetition in the title of the song. But I love the repetition of the like, oh jelly jelly. I love how there was repetition in the lines in terms of like repeated words, but also they had like great repeated sounds, which it's great that they picked like specific phrases in the Korean that had like these repeated, you know, sounds over and over again, like lots of L's, lots of M's, like certain sounds that they were having all in a row given what phrases they were choosing. I really loved Taeyoung's part where there were certain like B's and R sounds where she was kind of like rolling her sounds and having like a faster pace that she was kind of switching between. So like a slower and then speeding up for certain sounds and then kind of like rolling through some of those consonants was really good. Really fun overall. I think that might be my favorite one so far. Not counting, of course, the like single, the lead single for this album. Super fun album so far. They always are with Twice, but you know, again, I really want to see some choreo for it. I think that there are. I think I saw some dance practices for these songs so far, so I'm sure that there's some really fun choreo for this and really lighthearted in general. Like the whole thing, it just feels very youthful. It feels very kind of like bubblegum, you know, and again, they're kind of in like their bubblegum pop era of being a group too, which I have to remember, right? Like they have switched up their sound since the beginning, but I have a lot of fun with these songs. I know that maybe people have like kind of divided views on it. I don't really know. I'm not enough of a once yet in terms of being like integrated into the fandom to kind of know, but it's just, you know, coming off of some of their newer stuff and then getting to go back and see this like very youthful, playful, just very lighthearted and kind of flustered puppy love kind of feeling to their songs is a lot of fun. I think Jelly Jelly is my favorite, even though I feel ridiculous every time I say it. I don't know what it is, but I think it's my favorite. There's just so many little fun playing with language in it, even though I don't speak Korean, that I just really enjoyed like sonically. All the things going on in the production in it too. Overall, I had a lot of fun with this album so far. Part 2 will be coming soon, and I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. You can click this playlist to go and see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so you know next time I post a Twice reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!